Hi everybody, I hope you're well and welcome. Today I'm going to give you a brief tour of some of my magical spaces, my safe spaces, and where I practice. You'll have to excuse the dodgy camera work. I don't have any masses of technical equipment at the moment, and I did it all one-handed with a phone. So yeah, please excuse that, but I hope you enjoy. So we're going to start with my reading space, which is within this gorgeous bureau, which I got for free, would you believe, on Facebook Marketplace. I'm so over the moon with it. The cupboards contain my tarot books, and then this is where I read. And the little pile of books here, I know I've shown them all before, so I'll just get them out very quickly. These live in this space all the time at the moment, because I still have so much learning to do, so keeping them at hand when I'm drawing cards or using my study deck or doing a reading is essential still. And I've actually started to properly add in the keywords from the Lisa Papez Unlocking the Tarot book. This is the companion book to the Green Witch Tarot, which is the deck I'm doing personal readings with currently. And here is Unlocking the Tarot by Lisa Papez, which I'm going back to at the moment to sort of reaffirm everything that I learnt before, perhaps revisit some of the keywords to check that they're still resonating with me. And as you've seen before, I know my current tarot journal with my little dash in there, and that's for my monthly study decks. And at the back here I have a little catalogue of all the decks I currently have. I'm almost certainly going to have to put these all into another bigger book soon. And yes, that's the revisiting of the keywords that I've been doing. So yeah, so these are the things that live excuse me, in that space all the time for reference. Excuse my lovely finger, that's a brilliant bit of filming there. So these are a couple of little bits from Witch Casket and a new grimoire, because I'm getting very close to finishing my other one. These are the decks that I'm currently working with that live in these little cubby holes here. That's the Green Witch Tarot in the pouch, and then this is the Oracle that I'm working with this fortnight, Into the Lonely Woods, and my study deck for the month, which I know I've shown before, which is the Fyodor Pavlov Tarot. I keep my cloths and things under here, my supplies, and I have to show you this gorgeous little owl my daughter made at school. I love it so much, I really treasure it. So my reading space. Then on top I have this lamp, which I customised, and it looks much better with the light off because you can't see the patchy painting. And then this is where my daily card draws live. Please excuse the flashing, I think that's coming from my salt lamp. This is a little blackbird and robin. They represent my two grandfathers, and of course my Phillies dragonfly has to be here too. Then we go to where I'm storing my decks at the moment. We have some wands above, including McGonagall's wand, which my daughter insisted we must buy for me on a trip to Harry Potter World. And then we have these shelves of tarot, the ones that are not currently in boxes, just popped in there. So I have 3 shelves of tarot cards, but I definitely need to reorganise. I'm getting a little bit sort of overwhelmed really. And then the bottom 2 shelves are my oracle decks. This is why I wanted to begin being more mindful about decks that I purchase, because I've got a lot. This very quickly is where I store the few crystals I have, and I made this out of a cutlery storage tray. So this is my indoor altar space. Whilst I don't follow a Wiccan path, I do like to use the elements to help me lay it out. It just keeps me a little bit more focused and organised. Here is my grimoire, which you have seen in a previous video. This is my affirmé, which I wasn't going to have. I didn't think I needed one until my husband found this one, which is so pretty. It's hand painted. So yeah, it had to go on my altar. I stand it up, which I probably shouldn't do, but it's too beautiful not to display like that. If you are a purist in laying out your altar with the elements, you'll be very cross with mine. It all got a bit confusing because my altar faces a different way just because of the layout of my room. So it all got a bit confusing, and this just was the best way for me to lay it out, frankly. This is where I keep some of my spell jars. That's ashes from Letha Bonfire last year. They will be replaced this year. These are gratitude jars my family made during Lunasad last year, and a couple of abundance spell jars, which we did during Ostara this year. And then we have these little brass items, so the bell and the chalice and the candlesticks, and also this little cup back here. They all belonged to my late grandmother-in-law, and that's why they're on my altar. This little plate is for little things I find like hagstones and also for offerings. There is the goddess. Excuse how much wax there is on the candle at the moment. And then in this space, there is my Letha Sabbat candle all ready to go. I have one for every Sabbat. I've mentioned them, salamander scents, in a previous video. And many of you may be screaming about this, but I love my selenite lamp. So because of where the plug is, it goes there. And finally, there is my god statue. I normally keep these cards on my altar because I got these in one of the first decks I ever bought, and I was very skeptical about them, but I cannot tell you how accurate the readings are from this. It's blown all of us away. We can't believe it. So those are very special, and they live on my altar. And then below my altar is my my little charm that my sister gave me. In this drawer live all my candles and candly bits for candle magic, which is something I practice probably more than most things. I have lots of different types of spell candles from various places. Quite a few came from Witch Casket. My husband signed me up for Witch Casket about a year ago, I think. Bless his heart. He's so supportive. So I do use almost everything I get from a Witch Casket, actually, though, to be fair. So that's my candle. Then in here is my massive pile of incense, which I use on the daily. I've got sort of various brands that I have in here. So there's some Witch Casket in there, and some, I think I've got plenty of Satya. Yeah, Sunrise, I love that one, it's beautiful. But this is my absolute favourite at the moment. It just smells amazing and it's really long lasting. And then below we have my tools, herbs. This is another thing my husband bought me. Actually, no, it may have been my daughter, which I think is absolutely superb. And then in here, if I can open it one-handed, which I almost certainly can't, bear with, are containers for spells. So I use spell jars and little bags a lot. So I use things that Witch Casket have some, and I use these little ones that are so cheap to get from places like The Range. And then any little bag I get with jewellery or something in will go in there because I will always find a use for them. This box I got on Etsy, and I'm so in love with it. And this is where all my sort of tools, really, my little tools go. My dragonfly spoon I love. And the rest, really, I think most of it did come from Witch Casket again, but I use everything in here. So the little things to engrave candles with, the spoons. This little altar bell is so cute, but I have the one that was my husband's grandma's, so I use that on my altar. But yeah, those are the tools, or at least the smaller ones. And then this little box I got from Etsy, again from a small business. I was really struggling with which herbs I might need when I first started out. It was kind of a bit overwhelming, so this was a really good starting point for me, and I've used it a lot, and it's also so beautiful. And finally we head outside to this little area. It's currently surrounded by a building site, but this is where I grow herbs, and I use this space a lot during Sabbats. There's the green man up there. There's a couple of fruit trees in here, but I'm not great with gardening particularly, so my husband sorts those out, although I don't think that one's doing terribly well. Here's my pond, which again I think needs topping up. We've had so much hot weather. I think that it needs to be topped up. And yeah, and this little trunk there is my outdoor altar. So yeah, it's a really nice calming space when it isn't surrounded by building work, as you can see on both sides. So there we have my little tour of my magical spaces. Hope you enjoyed it, and if you did and you feel you can hit the like and subscribe buttons, I'd be so grateful. It would really help me grow this little channel of mine. Take care everybody, and hope to see you all again soon.